Now, KCMO has a new city manager. On a 9-4 vote yesterday, the city council approved hiring Brian Platt for the position. Now, Platt is currently the city manager of Jersey City.
Now, this morning, we're happy to be joined by Brian Platt and Kansas City Mayor Quinton Lucas.
That's right. So, Brian, big congratulations on the job. We know competition was stiff, so let's get right to it. A lot of people voicing concern about experience that you have versus the other three candidates. What can you say to Kansas Cityans about why you are the right person for the job?
I've had a lot of success dealing with the issues that Kansas City faces here as well in Kansas City. For example, COVID-related budget cuts, tax incentives, affordable housing, using technology to improve city services. These are all things that I do on a day-to-day basis in Jersey City that Kansas City is facing as well.
And Mayor Lucas, you recommended Brian Platt for the job. The city council, though, voiced frustration over the process before they even got to vote. So what is your response to the council?
Well, first of all, a supermajority of the council supported this candidate yesterday. I think that we're ready to build our city going forward. We have important issues to address: violent crime, public safety, our roads and infrastructure. And in terms of process, this was the most collaborative, open, transparent process ever for hiring a city manager. Public meetings involved. I visited with each and every city council member. So while I regret that there was a leak at a blog 1,000 miles away that I had nothing to do with, he had nothing to do with, I think we'll all be able to move forward ahead to build a better Kansas City.
And a question for both of you here, Mayor, as we head into 2021, what is the most important thing facing Kansas Cityans that you want to improve on or you think needs worked on? And Brian, how exactly do you plan as city manager to tackle that?
Well, I think that it is clear that the budget is going to be local government's biggest challenge. Certainly public safety is important. We will continue to work on that. But when you think about how do we deliver services? How are we fixing your roads? How can we help support affordable housing? There is so much that Kansas City has to do with a lot less money this year. So that's going to be job one for Mr. Platt.
And Mr. Platt?
I agree with that as well. Yeah, I agree with that as well. The budget is priority number one. But for me in the beginning, the big focus of mine is going to be just listening and learning from the community leaders and stakeholders across the city. I want to make sure that everything we do here reflects the needs and values of everyone across the city. That includes the council, it includes every resident in this city.
When you talk budget cuts, a lot of people that work for the city might be concerned about their jobs. What is your message to them?
Well, I'll say this, that in Jersey City, we had a similar size budget shortfall that we were facing because of the coronavirus pandemic. We were able to weather that storm without any mass layoffs or furloughs and without any cuts to essential services. And the way we did that was through a variety of targeted and specific cuts and changes to the budget in a way that allowed us to continue to perform in the ways we needed to while preserving jobs and preserving services.
All right, and we'll let you guys off with a couple easy questions. Brian Platt, we see you are committed. You have on your Chiefs mask this morning. Tell us what barbecue spot here in Kansas City are you most looking forward to visiting?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm being advised not to answer this, but
come on, you got to say one.
Clearly, the controversy angle has been working well for me so far. So I'm a big fan of Jack Stacks. Every time I come to Kansas City, I try to get there.
Oh, Q39 is coming for you, man.
And he stops by Arthur Bryant's and Joe's KC. I mean, he's getting them all.
You're lucky you have Mayor Q by your side. Don't want to leave
anybody out.
And maybe a not so easy question for you, Mayor, but I got to ask before we let you go. Are the Raptors coming to the T-Mobile Center? Are we bringing NBA to Kansas City?
Here's the thing, we're going to make sure we lay out the best case for the Raptors if they need us. That's going to first be a decision by the Canadian government about immigration issues. But if they can't play in Canada, there's no better place in Kansas City. We've talked to the NBA. We've talked to lots of Canadians this week. I say, hey, let's bring the Raptors on to T-Mobile Center.
All right, I'm right there with you. I think everyone is. All right, thank you both for your time, and we appreciate you sticking with us here towards the end of our show. And Brian, we do wish you luck in your new position. We look forward to interviewing you again as we progress through the year. It is 9:51 right now. If you came in on that interview a little late, we will have it posted on kctv5.com very shortly, so you can listen in on its entirety, as well as on the KCTV5 News app.